All right, welcome to the second to last talk before Bo speaks again. So this is Bo Zhou from the iRODS Consortium. He's a web developer that has kind of joined us in the last, I guess, in the last year. And all of time is strange now. So he's going to talk about a new client that we convinced him to build from scratch called the Zone Management Tool. Here you go, Bo.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Bo. Today, I'm going to talk about the zone management tool. So let's see. So a little bit of the motivations here. So at first, we think this application should serve as an alternative to the MetaLinks because we think MetaLinks got a lot of functionality there and it's not quite lightweight. And we also heard about some voices yesterday about the MetaLinks as well. So this application is a very user-friendly and also easy to deploy, fast and lightweight GUI to manage an iRODS zone. It is based on the React.js single app application framework, and it talks to the iRODS C++, REST API, Jason just mentioned. And it will also exposes all the reporting and configuration of all the iRODS servers. It will assumes the admin duties of the MetaLinks, and feel free to visit the repo here. So speaking of the configuration, the minimum required configuration of the ZMT is you need to provide your REST endpoint URL. So we need that to let ZMT to talk to iRODS. Other than that, we cannot make any operations. Besides that, we can also configure a lot of other variables that can make your user experience better. So you can specify the port you want ZMT to run, and you can also provide some images and some branding names or even theme colors that will be used in our application. So here is a sample.m file provided for your reference. So just to have a quick overview, you can just put your colors here, like name, logos. So these need to be placed at the root level of our applications. So React can load those variables into the application and get your image. So speaking of managing a zone, first of all, we need to manage those servers, right? So to achieve that, we have built a table view for users to manage those different servers, including both the catalog service provider and consumers. So all those data are loaded from the REST endpoint, especially the zone report endpoint, and all those tables are sortable so you can easily find out your specific server. And also there is a details button on the right for each server. So you can just click on those buttons and find out the other informations other than the role, hostname, resources under this server and the OS version. So let's take a quick look of how that panel would look like. So if you click on the details button, it will take you to this page, and it includes four tabs. Sorry, the general information is shown there. You can also see the server's configuration, service account environment, and you can see all of your plugins there. And also after the servers, we wanted our users to take control and manage our resources. So we have built two different resources view. So the first is the table view, similar as the previous server view. You can view the resources name, host name, type, and route path, and you can sort each column. Another thing that you can do is you can filter those results. You can just type in the input bar, and those results will be updated. And you can also remove or add a new resources. So let's have a quick demo and see how it works. So this is a ZMT. and this is the resources page. So for example, I have like 6 resources here, but how can I find one or like find the exact one out of like 100? So what we can do is we have a filter bar here. So it lets you to provide your keyword, or you can just search the full resources name. That, for example, we are trying to modify the demo resources here, and I can just type demo, and the results will be updated. And you can just find your resources, and you click on that bar, that table row. It will pop up a resources detail panel, and under that, there are a lot of more specific details like the status, the information, the comment, free space, and also the context string. So for example, if we are trying to edit this context string, we can just click on this little pen, and it will show up a input bar. So we can just change it to whatever we want. So instead of having Durham here, probably we can have UGM. And we can click save. So it will tell you it's a success, and you can go back to your demo resources, and the UGM is updated here. And you can also add new resources by providing the name, and you can choose the type and the host name. And also you need to provide the role path, and you can just click the save to let the new resources push to the REST endpoint, and it will get it updated. So that's a quick view of how we can edit those resources. And you can also change the items per page if you want, and those paginations works as well. So let's go back to the slides and see what else we have. So besides the table view, we also have a tree view function that is currently inbuilt. So it will basically shows all of the resources hierarchy with parent and child relationships, like the screenshot here. So it allows admins to stage different multiple drag and drop operations. So you can drag one node at one time and to anywhere you want, and those changes will be staged, and you can either undo or redo any operations if you want. And you can also reset to the original tree if you have made any mistakes and you cannot correct it. And at the end, you can just click save to send all of your stage changes to the REST endpoint. So this is a way for those users who want to have a very sophisticated hierarchy of their resources, which cannot be achieved in a list view for sure. So we hope this function can be really customizable, so they can be safe and fast, and users can just draw the ideal tree here and just click save, and everything will works. And after the resources, we also have users and also groups to manage. The groups page and the resources, the group page and the user page will have the similar look, which is the table listing view. It also has the filtering functions for filtering username or group name. And you can also create or delete a user or a group there. So let's have a quick demo of how to add and remove a user from a group. So let's first of all go to the users page. So all the users are listed here. I have 14 here, and I set items per page to 10. So we will have 2 pages. But if we have like 1,000 users and I need to find one specific user. So for example, I have already created a user called UGM. I think it's UGM Bo. Let's see. So UGM_Bo. So if we click edit, it will take you to this page. And what this page does is it will list all of the current groups here. So by default, a user is in the public group for sure. And if we want to add more groups to this user, we can just search for those specific group. And I already create a group called UGM. So let's search that. And it will tell you that Bo is not in the UGM. So let's add him. So we can just click add, and Bo is at the UGM group. And to check that, we can also go to the groups page. The groups page will also show how many users there is in a specific group. So those are like for demo purpose, but if we go to like UGM, it will show you there is a one user at UGM group. So let's see who he is. And we can find user, and those are all the users currently on the servers here. So let's see UGM, and we will see Bo is a member of UGM. So that's kind of how we can add and remove user from a group. Hope that makes sense. And another like function we have just to make sure everything is working and we won't have a lot of errors is we add this little panel to help users to identify the healthy status or condition of each endpoint. So like for instance, if you are just viewing all of your information and you are not doing any like add or delete function, you don't need to get access to the admin endpoint, and you are just grabbing all the data from Zhou report or from the query endpoint. But this function and this panel will let you know if there is a endpoint that is down, and you can just check it, and you can locate your error and get it correct. So our future work will include delay queue administration and also include ticket policy administration as well. And we are also trying to improve our monitoring and metrics. So hope one day we will have a dashboard that can show all of those exciting stats. And also we are trying to like release our first version around around the summer of 2021. Both the iRODS C++ REST API and also the ZMT are not released yet. But I think once we make sure the quality is good and we can trying to move to the release period. So I think that's it. Is there any questions I can take?
Very good, Bo. It's nice to see it all in one place. I'm trying to think of the now you did not demo the collapsed view, the drag and drop today. Is that correct?
I can't do more because I think it's 20 minutes already. So I'm trying to make it a long time.
I see. You just want to get out of here. I got it.
I can do more if we want right now.
Well, I didn't know if you talked about the drag and drop, but I don't think you did. I don't think you showed it. Does it work well enough right now to be able to?
I think this version has the drag and drop here. But I think the save function is not available in this version, but we can just drag some, like those changes will be showed there. And if we think, oh, this move is not correct, we can just undo it.
I see. Yeah.
And we can do a couple of more at one time. So,
so it's interesting that it closes.
That way. Did something wrong.
The best of demos. I apologize. That's
yeah, I probably pull up the wrong version. So I have several working like branches.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very powerful. And the idea right now is that, it's building that batch of changes. But, when we talk to Sanger and they have 300 of these resources.
Right. And those will be like can be like infinite scroll, so you can
Right.
have a lot of there.
But the atomicity part is important, because if you do a few changes and then you hit save, in the future, we will be able to do all those in one database transaction, and remove the window of time where a connection could come in and get a quote intermediate tree, a bad tree, a tree that's not ready yet.
Right. Yeah.
Very good. So we have a couple questions around federation. I'll let you answer. So it says, what about the management in a federation of zones? If you have more than one zone, does this talk to more than one zone, Bo?
No, it's just one zone.
That's right.
Only
So,
one. So that's not zones management, or it's just one.
Yes, the answer will be around the fact that it would need a whole different configuration and a different API endpoint, REST API. Right. So I think the long-term goal is to, and this to kind of satisfy the request that came up yesterday, the day before, everybody wants all of this kind of behind a single pane of glass, right? So I think the idea is that this becomes very easy to stand up and deploy. And when you stand up iRODS, this is only a little bit more effort, and then you have the full administrative tooling. The other thing is that we're going to put, more metrics and more measurement stuff in this administrative interface. This is the place where we would surface that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. We probably want a dashboard view, so we can have all those amazing either graphs or stats that we can show to the users. That's
right. And then the question is, well, where is there historical data, or is it just live data? And those are open questions. We're happy to hear from the community what you might recommend or want. We do not want to build Grafana, right? That's not what we want to do. We are happy to populate things like that and then point people in the right direction and provide maybe some templating or something. But we don't want to build a graphing tool. That's not where we should be spending our time. Let's see, would a remote user show the zone name in the table that you showed? So if you have remote users, how does that appear?
I think, are you saying
if you have a user that is in a different zone? Yes. Right now, it doesn't look like we have zone name in this. So we would add a column here that would have, you'd have test user 1 at other zone, right?
That's probably a good question. Yeah. We can probably have that.
Yeah, very good question.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everybody's interested in seeing Sanger's resource hierarchy rendered in this thing, so that's good. We're close. We'll give them.
Yeah, we're close.
We'll
try to release it one day.
That's right. This has not been released yet. It obviously depends on the C++ API, REST API as well.
And hopefully by UGM2022, everyone can use it.
Oh, we're going to have 10 releases of this by then. It'll be
sure.
Very, very good.
Right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.